Now, welcome back, anyone at all who is listening. Last session, the party finally made their way back to Dirtbags Hollow after an interesting stay at the Sword Coast Inn, the franchise, one of the many franchise locations of the Sword Coast industry. Now, when we start the session, we do not begin looking into Dirtbags Hollow, looking at our familiar party. Instead, we find ourselves in a very smoke-choked room, a poker table in the middle, and some figures sitting around it. Sitting at one part of the table, shuffling and dealing cards, a man in a cowboy style gambler's clothing, along with a 10-gallon hat sitting on his head, looks over at the rest and just says, "No, they ain't doing as good as I thought they were gonna do, not gonna lie. But then again, luck hasn't been on their side." You see a woman in a low-cut red, not red, crimson dress looks over at him. "Well, they did meet you, and most who meet you, they're not very lucky, even if it is your name." I don't know, it feels like something's wrong. At another part of the table, a skeletal man in a black suit with horns growing from his skull just looks at all of them. "Maybe we should just turn back the clock. I mean, they're not really wasting their time, but well, it's not like we have unlimited time with whoever we choose. I mean, why don't we just, reset? Get that Von Ager guy. I always liked him. He was funny." Uh, Across from the skeletal man, very simply, compared to the rest, very simple looking, also wearing his own black three-piece suit. However, the only distinguishing features is his black slick back hair and the sunglasses that hide uh empty empty space where his eyes should be. Just, well, it doesn't really matter what we do. Sooner or later, I'm gonna have to take what's left of them to wherever they're supposed to go. Though I do say, Cronenberg, Von Egger was never, what, yours or whatever you think. And no, he wasn't fun. I mean, look at all the suffering we put him and his brother through. He was useful for finally breaking some of the chains Maliki was under, but then he threw his, what, pet dragon into the abyss. We're still trying to clean that mess up. Well, it doesn't really matter. I mean, them's with a little bit extra luck, they'll be fine." And the woman pipes up once again. "Or their luck turns sour, and we'll finally all die without Cronenberg playing with his stupid little stopwatch." No, it's not stupid, now is it? Now, hey, Draziel, are you gonna actually play for once, or are you just gonna fold like the past hour? It's like, shut the fuck up, you skeletal bastard. And with that, we finally go back to Dirtbags Hollow, and we finally see our party reconvening at the Arabella.
Okay. Um, I guess we're just walking into it. This would be like the final days of us waiting for the
Yes.
stuff to be installed, right?
Yes.
So I guess we're probably gonna go and talk to uh fuck Morningstar. I'm blanking out on names all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to get to Morningstar. Going to his office, no one really stopped you. They all know that you all have business with him.
All right, man, it's gonna be rough just me talking. Um, I guess I'll walk in, just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Roll my fist against the door frame, kind of announce myself coming in.
Door just slowly opens after you knock on it. You see Morningstar sitting at his desk like he usually is, dealing with some kind of paperwork. There's no one else in the room, and when you finally walk in, you see that there was no one on the other side of that door either.
I'm not surprised. It's not. That's the least of my worries in this world by this point. Just gonna go over to the desk and just. I assume that we're all prepared to go.
Yeah, my mechanic said that they had your shit fixed up good. So yeah, you'll be able to head out whenever the hell you need.
All right. Nothing else has come in, right? Mail wise.
Sorry to say, bud, but no.
Always good to check. And do you, by chance, have some sort of, I don't know, not cursed rifle that might be a good temporary replacement until I can figure things out?
I mean, it's probably not gonna pack as much of a punch. Look, how about this? I don't really have anything I can give you to replace your gear, but where you're going has a lot of good hardware if you know where to look.
I'll keep that in mind. Well, I guess you probably won't be seeing us for some time then.
All right.
And if
Don't die a horrible death or something.
I do not have any plans to, I still have unfinished business back home.
Yeah, all right.
I'm just gonna head out the door.
Yeah. Upon leaving, you guys are met with Doc Holliday, and he just starts walking with you guys. Like, howdy, y'all. Hey, look, so, I see that y'all, like, every time you come back to the train, y'all are beat up half to death. So I was wondering if y'all needed a little extra help out there when it came to, the whole not dying thing.
It could be useful.
That's great. Look, I got this kid who I've been trying to train to be a doctor, and, well, yeah, and he just reaches into an alley as you guys are walking past and pulls, like, by the collar this little, like, gnome kid. It's like and he's just holding this gnome kid up at eye level by his collar. It's just like, you two, this is Tyrone Biggums. Tyrone Biggums, this is I don't know either of your names. And he just puts Tyrone down. It's like, I'll see you at the train. And he just walks off.
Uh huh. I'm gonna
Uh,
look over the gnome, kind of confused.
hi. And like you see this little gnome like boy. It's like he's probably like around 17 years old. He is around 3.5 feet tall, and he is he is dressed in a very simple just pair of pants and a shirt, and and just on his face and the dirt on his body and the quality of his clothes makes it seem as though he was probably living in the woods for a while. It's like, hi, yeah, my name's Tyrone Biggums. How are you?
What specialties do you have, kid?
Well, I'm training under Mr. Holiday to be a doctor, and he taught me some weird wiggity woody things to do with my fingers that heals people real good.
Anything else?
Um, Nothing positive. I mean, I can see real good in the dark. I can talk to small animals. But yeah, everything else ain't too positive because Mr. Holidays probably shouldn't get into many fights because if I get real hard, I don't get up for a while.
I see. I'm just gonna turn and start walking in the direction of the train.
Oh, we're going there. Okay. But yeah, no, I can fix people up real good. I'm real good at that. I'm not too much of a fighter, but I understand violence. I understand the aftermath of violence because I tried to help people who dealt with a lot of violence. So yeah,
Kind of just give him a simple nod and kind of look in the direction of Aloran as we're walking, just to see what his reaction is to this whole thing.
I'm just staring straight forward.
Just gonna kind of
No reaction.
nod my head as I expected that reaction of no reaction. And I'm gonna keep walking without talking. And while we're walking, I'm just gonna kind of pull out a dagger and start kind of rotating it between my fingers, type deal.
oh, that's a cool dagger. You ever use it to cut someone's chest cavity open? They made me do that while I was under, and it was really scary, and I freaked out. And then I figured out that it was actually Doc Holliday who I was cutting it to, but he kept yelling at me and said, "Go deeper," and it was scary.
As he was talking, the knife started rotating faster.
Yeah, Mr. Holiday scares me, but he taught me how to be a good doctor, and I don't even have to touch people to help him out. So like, at least I don't have to be scary, Mr. Holiday.
Faster.
Yeah, I don't like how scary Mr. Holiday is, but he teach me good. So and cause I can just like say a magic word, and then a couple cuts and bruises are gone, and it's real nice.
What kind of buildings are
Here,
around us right now?
you guys are to get to the train. You guys have to walk through some multi-story residential areas. So you guys are like walking in between buildings of like maybe 1 to 3 stories high.
I want to get on top of a one-story building and just fucking dip.
Oh, he just stands next to Allure and is like, "Oh, he's gone now. Oh, that's big.
Just like a
That's real
single
sad.
leap
Yeah.
and then I vanish.
Oh, that's real sad. Yeah, no, Mr. Holiday says I talk too much, and that's why people want to kick me so much. It's really I don't like it, but I mean, he's probably right. It's just yeah, he just keeps like saying things like that to Aloran, who's probably ignoring him and just walking to the train.
Very much.
Aloran has
Yeah.
actually been deaf the entire campaign. He doesn't understand words.
He's like, oh, do you not understand common? I can talk in undercommon if you understand undercommon. Do you understand gnomish? I can talk in gnomish. Do you understand druidic? I mean, you wouldn't understand druidic. That's how we talk to trees. That's how I talk to trees. I don't know if all gnomes know druidic, but I know druidic. It's fun because you can talk to trees with it. Well, probably yeah. Oh, do you know that good old that stuff that the people in the plains speak? That Creole kind of stuff. I learned that real fast. It was real fun talking that stuff. Ooh, what about that language demons speak? You know that? Is that what you talk in? I don't know what you talk in.
This guy's a
Am I still
linguist. He
talking
speaks
in
everything.
am I still talking in common? Do you understand common? I don't think you don't understand common, do you? That's fair. I didn't understand common for about 3 years of my life too.
When I get to the train, the first thing I want to check on is the driver. What's his name? And I want to
Go
see if
back.
he's as brain dead as he was before, or more so.
Oh, hey, what's up?
We're
Um,
getting ready to leave and just thought I'd check in.
oh yeah, no, I'm fine. I mean, like, I can drive fine. I just have a really killer headache. I'll be fine.
How long
Like,
have you had this headache?
I mean, when everything was really weird, I just went and I like did a little bit of that self medication, and waking up from that.
Hmm. All right.
Yeah, I don't want I didn't want the doc touching me just for a little bit of feeling woozy. So,
Don't
yeah.
blame you there. Do not blame you there. Just gonna kind of give him a pat on the shoulder and just be like, the others will be here soon, so I guess just be ready.
Cool. Did you meet that little guy yet? The
Small can't
doc was.
stop talking.
Yeah, the doc was bringing him around. He was pretty quiet when I was around, but I guess I don't know.
He's the reason I'm here long before they are.
Oh, what, you don't like talking to folk?
There's a difference between conversation and blabbering, and he's somewhere
All right.
beyond blabbering.
Well, I much would have rathered the blabbering, because when he wasn't blabbering, he was about ready to dissect one of my birds. And then when I got his attention, he was about ready to dissect me. So I think I like the blabbering more, because that kid is not right.
I guess I'll keep an eye out and sleep with one eye open.
Yeah, I mean, he's about as not right as the doc, so yeah, probably sleep okay, but he was I prefer the blabbering, yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna kind of awkwardly leave.
Yeah, you just like as soon as you start to walk off, he like turns around and he starts working on like releasing valves and shoveling in coal and everything to get the train running.
I think what I'll do is, because I'm probably some distance ahead, go and get on top of one of the train cars, and I am going to do a thing I haven't done in a while: is play my viol, because I haven't done that in some time. Then again, we haven't been sitting still that long, so I sit and I play viol.
After a little bit of walking, Aloran gets there and you know what? Let me roll for this. I want to roll for this. Yeah. No, it'd be more fun if I roll for this. Oh, that sucks. Oh, so you just hear like a very loud just as Tyrone Biggums like struggles to climb up the side of the rail car, and he like with his hands draped over the side with like that bottom half of his body hanging off. He just kind of like just lies there just staring at you. It's like if he was more quiet, he probably could have gotten up there without you noticing, but he wasn't. But now that he's like sitting still, he's real quiet and he's just watching you play.
I'm not acknowledging him as much as it bothers Silverback to be stared at. And as this goes on, his ear is going to start visibly twitching. Just one ear. Because he's not used
How
to being
long are you?
stared at this long.
Kovac is beginning to like drive the train down the trail that you guys got the equipment for. So how long are you just gonna let this happen? Because Tyrone is not moving.
Hmm. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll to determine this. How much my patience will last? It's not gonna be long. It's gonna be like 20 minutes, and then he's just gonna get up, slip his viol in his bag, and slip over the side of the train car and kind of slip inside.
But that was real good music. I don't get to hear good music often. Oh, It's
kind
like, oh, it's like you just before you shut the door, you just hear him like, oh, how am I gonna get off here? Oh no, oh.
I'm rolling a stealth
Before
check
you're,
and I'm gonna hide myself.
because like the entire time the train has been moving, because 20 minutes was long enough to like start getting up to top speed. He was still just hanging off the side.
Mhm. I'm hiding in the cart. I roll the 22. I am going to hide myself among the rations.
Okay. You see, after a little while, Tyrone just like you like watch him as he goes through that cart, grabs like a little like a pack a ration pack, and just goes up to the engine.
It's like the one in
Um,
front of me, like he barely missed me.
now he grabbed the one. He grabbed one of the ones you were hiding under. I wonder where that wolf guy went. He was real. He was real interesting. I liked his
Sitting there
music.
holding my breath. Just don't notice me. Don't notice me.
All right. Um, let's see here. Tyler, why don't you roll me a d12?
Oh boy, this is dangerous. That's a 2. Shite.
Okay. After about 2 hours, you feel the train beginning to slow down. Now, like, this wouldn't have been weird. Those past 2 hours, you have been slowing down and speeding up as you guys are driving around. Like what Morningstar said, these tracks go through elven forests. It's going to be pretty winding. You can't go full speed the entire time. And I mean, you're not at elven forest yet, but it's a hidden train track. It's like it's going to be a little weird, especially to get around certain like just areas that wouldn't make it as hidden as it should be. So, and you just start hearing, but this isn't just regularly slowing down. This is full on like going towards a stop. Like the speed is really dropping on the train right now.
I'm going to slip out from my hiding place in the smoothest way possible to keep from making it obvious that I was in that hiding place so I can return to it if I need to. And I am going to make my way, not rapidly, but with a purpose, towards the front of the cart, or the front of the train. Uh, and as I come in there, I'm just going to turn to Kovac, and if Tyrone's in there, I'm going to look straight over him. And I'm just going to say, "What's going on? Why are we slowing down?"
Kovac just like speechless, just very slowly points out the front window. Um, and when you look out, you guys are still in these desert plains. However, you are close enough to the elven forest to start seeing the tops of trees. Um, you see, like, I want to say, a third of a mile out on the train tracks is a little crossing for like a little dirt path that like made from like just repetitive movement of wagon wheels. You see an overturned wagon, um a few panicking figures, and the thing that draws the most attention is what's causing that panicking, as you see about like I want to say 20-foot tall creature. Its skin is completely nightmare black. There seems to be a pure black smoke or fog emanating from the majority of its exposed skin. It has elongated haunches. Its legs themselves are about as tall as its torso and its head combined. Its head is an odd angular shape with pale blue eyes, kind of in the same places you'd find like on a goat's head. And it has horns that like begin to curve but then just straighten out as straight as a arrow, just directly out each side of its head. And it has these long hands tipped with talons. and you just watch as it grabs one of these people who are screaming around, either attempting to flip their wagon or calm their horses to get on them and escape, or just trying not to let this thing catch them. And you just watch as it brings them up and crushes their rib cage until they stop moving before dropping them and moving on to the next person. And this is all happening like in the general area. This creature itself is standing on the tracks that you guys are using, just in this general area where this intersection would be.
Okay. I'm not sure what to do. Holy shit. Um, where's a Lauren? Because I know he's the only one that's going to be helpful right now.
I'm just standing in one of the train carts.
I'm going to find him as quickly as I can and be like, when I find him, I'm going to be like, I need you up front now. We have a problem that we need to deal with.
I pretend like I'm asleep.
I'm going to come up to him and slap him across the face and be like, are you listening to me?
You just smacked metal. How do you feel?
I'm going to pull the staff out and I'm going to shove it towards him, which is the staff of the swarming insect, because I know I can't use it. And I'm going to be like, you're going to help me. We need to do this now.
And I just start walking to the front.
And I'm going to quickly go with him, and I'm going to get on top of the train itself and ready my rifle.
All right.
And it's going to be reluctantly, I'm readying the demon's roar.
Okay. Let's see. Looking through the scope, you can see that there's still about 3 people attempting to survive this thing. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. This thing seems to be very distracted trying to catch these people. They're actually, just because of this thing's size, it's not exactly the fastest thing in the world. And it is... Yeah, it's not able to catch anyone just yet. Are you guys just waiting? Because the train is at a full stop by now.
Oh no, I'm getting ready to pop a shot.
Alright. Well, you're just watching this play out with, like, these 3 people trying to survive this thing right
So,
now.
while it was trying to get one of them, I want to pop a shot.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack roll. What's the weapon's range?
1,000.
1,000. All right, yeah, you're good.
Do I get advantage because it's not paying attention to us?
No.
Then on that note, I'm going to take my bonus action to do a steady shot to give myself advantage. Because I could do that as a gunslinging rogue. So yes, I will roll with advantage. So that's a 23.
Okay, that does it.
And I'm not activating the demon's roar, but I am prone on the car. So that would be 17 points of damage plus my sneak attack, because I do get sneak attack because I have advantage, which I'm just going to roll in D&D and Beyond. So 38 points of damage with that shot.
All right. You shoot this thing. The bullet catches in this thing's shoulder, and it takes a second. It grabs one of these people, and you just watch as it slowly turns to you guys, and you just see its piercing, pale blue eyes just look directly at you, Silverback, as it just almost without any real focus to it. It just very slowly just raises this person in its hand over to the other one and just pulls their head off like it was a fucking toy. Before dropping them to the remains of them to the floor, roll initiative.
Yep, that's what I thought was about to happen. That would be a 12. Jared got 9.
All right. Okay. That's Silverback first.
All right. Knowing that this thing is coming towards us, I'm reluctantly going to activate the Demon's Roar because I realize I'm probably going to need to do this. And I'm going to do my steady aim again to try to hit it. That would be a 29 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Let me roll my damage. 4, 13, 22, 23, 29, plus my sneak attack because gave myself advantage. And I'm also going to add one of my superiority dice to it to do my marksman, which adds the superiority dice to the attack, which is a d10. So, what did I say? It was 24, no, 28 plus that, 42, 48 points of damage.
All right.
Which I get 24 and temp hit points, and then I'm going to take damage, which I'll roll myself. Because I tend to roll really high on my self-damage with this gun. Because that seems to be the trend. 10. Yeah, I just lost all those hit points. I have 1 temp hit point.
Okay. Let's see here. That's to Aloran.
How close is it?
I'm gonna say it's about 800 feet away now.
Yeah, I can't do anything. I guess I'll just activate my Crown of Stars for when it does get close.
Okay. That's this creature. It's gonna take a full dash.
I have Scale of Fate playing in my... not Scale of Fate. Duel of the Fates playing in my head right now. I'm literally in my head just hearing the Duel of Fates.
You just watch as its like feet kind of slowly raise from the ground as it levitates across the ground 80 feet towards you guys, getting closer.
That's not fair.
And then, Silverback, you hear Tyrone just pitter-pattering up behind you, just like, hey, big guy, gotta do this real quick, just in case, and he just pats you on the back, and casts Death Ward on you.
Ooh. I know it's 10 hit points I get from that.
No, it's not 10 hit points.
Oh, no, Death Ward, if I go down, I auto stabilize, that's right.
Yes. It's like, hey, yeah, okay, just in case, because, you're not hurt yet, so, yeah, okay, and then
I feel like he says that, and my arm is glowing red right now because the gun is activated, and it's clearly in pain, but I'm still using the arm. All right. I am going to... How close is it right now?
It is now 720 feet away.
I still got time. I'm going to roll another attack, doing the same thing I've done with the other ones. Does a 20 hit?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just like really scared there. I was like, 20 might not hit or just hits. Let's see. 7, 13, 19, 25 plus my sneak attack, which I'm just going to keep rolling a D&D and Beyond because it's way too many dice. So 25 plus 45 points of damage.
Okay.
Which turns to that, and then I'm going to roll myself damage while it's Jared's turn because I can't do anything else.
And yeah, it does go down to Jared again.
11. Shit.
How close is it now?
720 feet.
Still can't do anything.
Okay. And on this thing's turn, it's going to take another dash action, and let's see here.
I just lost my first bit of health. Ow.
I'm going to... Yeah, I mean, it can do that, so it's going to sacrifice... Let's see here. It's going to... Wow, that was weirdly really lucky. Okay. It's going to sacrifice some health to do another dash action.
This isn't fair. This thing is probably going to be like Rex and fucking Risk of Rain.
Alright, and you know what? Let's see how good these rolls get. Because the better I roll, the easier it'll be for you guys, but when this thing gets up to you guys, it's also going to be kind of scary.
I'm already scared and it's 700 feet away.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a lot of math right now because I have to juggle both its health and its distance on a single calculator. There we go. So
I just use paper and cross out numbers as I go, and the paper becomes really ugly, so I throw it away afterwards.
fair. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, no, just 2. Yeah, just 2. Okay. I need so many d20s for this. Why did I make this?
The questions DM ask themselves when they use homebrew monsters.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it's not even a homebrew monster. It's just a homebrew mechanic for when I, like, say a distance, and then it's like, wait, that's way too fucking far.
I just kind of go with the distance and just deal with it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, I'm going with it. This is just a homebrew monster rule. If it's like, oh, this is definitely too far away, then I just say
Nay.
instead of then I just no, I legit just say like, okay, I can choose to sacrifice creature health to make them do more dash actions. But I sacrifice more health each time I do that because usually the creature is a close range combatant, and that's why I'm sacrificing health to begin with. Jesus. This was actually kind of supposed to be challenging, and now it's like, you guys are going to two-turn this thing.
I know that feeling. You guys have done it to my monsters in the other campaign.
Yeah, except this time it was of my doing, instead of just making something not that powerful. No, that's not the correct way to describe it.
No, you guys killed some of the monsters I killed was because of the situation. I planned it funny, and you guys took advantage of the thing I planned.
Oh yeah. So now I get to roll this because it's in range for like it's one thing that's not. Never mind. And that's back to Tyrone. He's just gonna. Oh yeah, yeah. No, that he just he casts Beacon of Hope. and he's gonna concentrate on that. Yeah, back up to you, Tyler.
This feels like we have a cleric, and I know he's a druid, but it feels like a cleric just buffing us.
Oh, I used both spell lists.
I think druids get a lot of the cleric spells.
Not Beacon of Hope.
Not Beacon of Hope. No,
Nope.
he's a multi-class. I'm gonna do that with advantage. See if I get. Nope. All right. So that was a 29, which does hit. I know that. Let's see. 19. These aren't the right dice. I rolled much higher with that. 13, 23, 31, plus O sneak attack. 31, 46 points of damage.
46.
46.
All right.
Which means I get my 3 points of health back and get 20 temp hit points, and then I gotta take health away from me because of my stupid gun. Damn, I'm rolling really high damage on myself. 14, 16. Took 18 points of damage.
All right.
You know, that charm really did balance out this gun, though. Being a rogue that does a lot of damage, and then the gun doing damage at the end of each turn, I don't gain health or lose health. I just kind of sit in one spot. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. All right. The creature is now, Jared. If you, the creature is now 320 feet away. Still too far?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you have Eldritch Spear?
No.
No, so you don't have the range ability.
The creature with one of its nightmarishly long talons raises a hand and kind of points at you, Tyler.
Oh shit.
You need to make a wisdom save.
Of course. Wisdom. Fuck, I roll a 6. That's my worst roll on wisdom yet. That's gonna get me hurt. Or charmed.
Okay. You're gonna take. I'm gonna roll this on Beyond.
200 points of damage.
Not because I want you to see it, but more because it feels more honest. You're gonna take 23 necrotic damage.
Ow.
You are now frightened of this creature until the end of its next turn.
Which is okay as long as I don't move. I can't move towards it, and I'm not moving anyways.
Okay.
Oh, but I have disadvantage on attacks. Fuck. That means I'm gonna lose my sneak attack.
And that's to Tyrone. Now Tyrone is going to. He's gonna cast Cure Wounds on you. So let's see here.
Heroes never die.
He'll do it at 3rd level. And let's see. Beacon of Hope is activated. So let's see. What's the die for this?
Shouldn't it be isn't it max with it with Beacon?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was thinking. What is the dice roll? Because I can do the math in my head. They're like 4d6 or something, or 48 or something.
It's gonna be 3d8 plus 5.
3d8, which is 24 plus 5, 29 points of health. Which I'm back to full. Booyah.
Yeah, Tyrone just pats you on your shoulder again. It's like, oh, the big scary thing hurt you, didn't it? I'm sorry, bud.
I'm not acknowledging him because it will not be nice. And I'm not about to insult someone who just healed me.
Okay, and then the creature moves again. And that's back to you, Tyler.
I'm going to get to my feet now because I do have the gun still activated. I've been prone this whole time, but I'm going to get to my feet. Visibly shaking because I'm frightened. And I'm not trying to shake. It's just now this is a natural thing I'm doing. And I'm going to still steady my shot to try to hit this thing. But it means I'll just shoot with regular. So that's a 26 with a single roll.
Yeah, that hits.
Means I'm just going to do base damage, which I'll just roll on D&D Beyond, because I don't care to try to do it myself. 23 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to deactivate the gun after this, because it's going to hurt me pretty badly when I do this. 6... 14 points of damage. I take 2 points of damage from that. So, yep. Yeah, I'm deactivating the gun and lowering it. And just kind of standing there.
Jared, the creature is now 160 feet away from the train. Is that close enough?
Yes.
Okay.
Jared's been just charging up.
So I got a question.
Yeah.
I have Spell Sniper, which doubles all the ranges. And Crown of Stars, it says when they're within 120 feet. Does that also double, or is that just 120 feet?
Under range, it says 120 feet, correct?
No, this is in the spell description.
Crown of Stars is just the floating orbs above your head that you grab and you throw them.
So what's the, under the range? What's its...
I mean, the range says self.
That's
just creating the stars.
Yeah. I would say that would double just because it is technically a range. The range for casting the spell is self, but does it specify if it's the casting range or just the range in general for the sniper?
When you cast a spell that requires you to make an attack roll, the spell's range is doubled.
Oh, then yeah, no, it
would double that distance.
It counts, yeah.
Because it is an attack roll.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna throw 2 stars at him. It's a 15.
That does hit.
Two 15s.
I've been scared of a 20 not hitting, and Jared rolls a 15 and it hits. I'm not scared no more. I literally have to fail in order to miss, I think.
Well, that's 18, and then 28 radiant damage.
Ooh.
All right.
And that's it.
The power of God just struck this creature.
Okay. That's back to this creature. It's gonna move again. And because of how tall this thing is and how just large it is, it has finally moved all the way up to the train, and it is tall enough and large enough to be able to reach Silverback and Tyrone on the roof of the train just by standing next to the engine.
Oh, fuck.
Let's see. Okay, so... Okay, that's at the start of people's turns. All right. Let's start with this. Okay, good. No, and it's going to make... Oh, okay. It's going to make some melee attacks. Let's see here. Damn, okay. Tyler. Silverback gets, like, fucking sideswiped by one of these huge talons. For 28 necrotic damage.
Uncanny dodge, it's 14 now.
Okay. And I'm going to need a constitution save.
Fuck. I'm decent at constitution, but fuck. That's 20. God, rolled a goddamn 18.
One
Thank God.
off. One off. Dude.
What?
Okay. So, how much damage did you take?
14.
Okay. Your hit point maximum is lowered by 14 until your next long rest.
That's not very fair.
Hey, like, just as this thing slashes into Silverback's shoulder, he pulls away, lessening the gouge across his arm and his chest, but you feel almost a festering as that black fog or dark mist that comes off this creature begin to seep into the wound itself. It's then going to do the same to Tyrone. Uh, let's see here. Tyrone is. uh, Tyrone is at 1 hit point
Oh, feck.
as this thing slams him in the chest, and he actually flies 10 feet um down the engine.
Oh, fuck.
Uh,
I feel kind of bad for him.
um, Tyrone, and then it's Tyrone's turn. He kind of like raises his head a little bit, and he looks at Silverback. Um, Tyler. Uh, I'm just gonna make a quick roll to see if he'll be able to tell. All right, yeah, his modifier is good enough for that. Tyler, what is your current HP?
81 out of 83.
81 out of 83. He just kind of looks at you and he's just like, I see you're a little hurt there, bud. Mm. And he just snaps a finger. Um, full heal, like 81 out of 83, full heal.
All right,
And like
83
he just
though.
lets the back of his head slam onto the metal of the engine. It's just like, I'll be okay. It's back to you.
I'm no longer frightened, right? Because that was the end of its turn.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to let out a sigh. I am going to reach into my bag of holding and I'm going to pull out that ball of iron bands that I have that I bought.
Oh, I'll tell you later. All right, yeah, the ball of iron bands. All right.
And I'm going to. Is this creature is a huge or smaller, right? What
It
size
is
is this?
huge.
Is it
Yes, it
huge?
is a huge creature.
I'm gonna chuck this thing at it,
All right,
and that would be a 26 to hit.
that does hit.
So the creature is, I think, yeah. So it is
It
technically
is restrained.
restrained. It is restrained now
All
due to the
right.
bands wrapping around it, and it has to roll a 20 in order to break free in strength. And with that being done, I'm going to take the. I'm going to.
Oh,
Huh?
um, when you toss the bands at it, you see like the bands for a hot second like wrap around it, but then like the parts that the bands touch become mist, allowing this ball to close back into a ball and drop onto the sand.
This isn't very fair. Oh
I had to
man.
look at I had to look at the condition immunities one more time.
Um. All right. I'm within melee range, obviously, of it, so I'm going to take the disengage action, and I'm going to use my full movement to get away from the train. So I'm moving.
Oh shit. You know what? Because you've already done your movement, you won't have to deal with this, but I said Tyrone was only kicked back 10 feet away, right?
Yes.
Alright, so then Tyrone has to make this con save.
Yeah, and I'm dashing away to see if I can bait the creature away from the rest.
Tyrone is down.
Oh, that figures. Okay. God damn it.
Yeah, you just see as like this black mist continuously like spreads from this creature's body, and you just see Tyrone like he's just huffing because he got hit really hard. It's like some of it gets around his face. It's like fuck and his head just drops again, and he's not moving.
Well, shit. Okay. Well, I can't do anything else. That was the end of my turn.
All right. Jared, let's see you.
I'm gonna walk away for half a second. I'll still hear you, but just saying.
How close is it now?
It is like it is right up next to the engine, so it's like it's between like 10 and 15 feet at all times.
Oh, okay. Uh, and I will. Uh, uh, I'll hit it with the psychic lance. So it does an intelligence save.
Okay. It fails.
Fails, then it takes 24 psychic damage and is incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
Doesn't have to be incapacitated, it is dead.
Ah. I did it all by myself.
You look at this creature and the lance of psychic energy sprouts from your forehead, going through harmlessly through the window before striking through this thing's chest, and you see as it just slowly steps back, and with no real emotion on its features, it just kind of drops to its large drops on top of its large legs to its knees before slowly dissolving into mist.
I'm immediately running towards that ball and recollecting my ball
Okay.
of iron bands, and then I'm gonna run into the train.
We still have an unconscious. Actually, that reminds me. I should probably start rolling his death saves.
Tyrone died.
Yeah, because if you're gonna grab the ball and then you're going to immediately just go back into the train, you're not giving Tyrone a lot of time.
I have the ointment. I have a lot of movement in like I could get back to the train in like 12 seconds.
Okay. So in 12 seconds, that would be
That'd be
uh
two death saving rolls.
yeah. So when you get to the train, what's first order of business?
I'm pulling out the ointment that I am going to reluctantly use and going to smear it into his mouth like I did with Rathan when I used the ointment on him.
Okay.
And
You
that'll
don't even have to roll, because when that creature hit him and lowered his hit point maximum is now 1, so any healing is as much as he's getting.
Man, this man had no health whatsoever.
Mr. Holiday definitely said I shouldn't be going around getting kicked around. Thanks.
Don't mention it. And I'm going to pick him up and I'm going to drag him to the back of the cart to Doc Holiday
Yeah.
because I know he's back there.
If you had said you were going to do anything else before healing him, I would have rolled a third death save. He had rolled 2 fails.
Yeah, I assume that. That's why I was like, I'm going to use the ointment because I'm not feeling like losing an NPC immediately after him being introduced.
Yeah. He's uh you just drag him to the back, and like Holiday's just sitting there. Is like, keep telling him not to get in any fights. Well, he keeps wanting to be close around to heal people. Is it? Could you make sure he's not real in the fight and things like that?
I'll keep that in mind for next time.
I mean, he's real useful if he ain't dead. He probably fixed you up a couple of times while you're out there, right?
He is useful. He definitely has a use that we haven't had in a very long time.
Yeah, he's just not useful if he's dead, and he's pretty easy to kill. That's just how it is.
So I've learned. I'm gonna set him down in like the medical chair in the center of the room.
You just set him down. It's like, I just need to. I'm just gonna. He just very like lightly paws at the side of the chair until it like he hits the lever that just drops the back and just lets him lie down flat and just like I'm just gonna sleep here. So yeah, he's a good kid. Just he's not exact. He didn't used to exactly be that more of a outdoorsy type, so his constitution's not that much of a good as yours or mine.
Yeah, I seem to have quickly learned that. Just kind of look at the festering darkness on my arm, I guess, is what's going on.
Yeah, you see now that the creature is dead, it's like begun to dissipate. However, the feeling of the sickly feeling, while not that powerful, is still hanging there.
I'm just gonna kind of like rotate my shoulder a little bit. Just be like, probably gonna get some. Well, I'll probably take some shut eye after we figure out who the hell's still alive and if there's anything that we can snag up before we keep moving.
Yeah, all right. If you need me to look that cut, just come back.
Yeah, I will. I'm just gonna head back to the front, and when I find everyone in the front, be just like, let's move forward slowly and see what we can find.
All right, man. Uh, yeah, okay. And he just kind of like Kovacs just kind of starts pushing down on a few levers and things like that, kind of releasing some reserve steam to just push the train along a little bit slower. And like, where are you thinking of stopping? A little bit before that turned over wagon.
Probably like 60, 70 feet from it.
All right, you gotta just stop, and you see like those two people. They've it's two men. You see the two of them. One of them's trying to wrangle their horses, and the other one's like trying to trying to l- like use a broken haft that came off of the wagon when it probably crashed to like lever it up, trying to get it back on its wheels.
I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna go towards them cautiously, but in a way of like, if you do anything, I will do something, but I'm not trying to be a threat. If that makes sense.
Hey, hey, saw what you're doing out there. That was something else.
Yeah, you got any idea what that was?
I mean, we were just going down south, and we hear this weird crackle in the air. Something just popped. You know, like same kind of like when lightning's about to strike. That thing shows up out of nowhere. It's, it's wild.
I see. Do you got everything under control here once you fixed your wagon?
I mean, we're probably gonna have to leave this wagon, to be honest. There's only two of us. We're probably just gonna have to leave this thing, take the horses down. Nowhere to go anyway.
All right.
All right. Thank y'all for saving our bacon. I'll have a good, good travels.
Yeah, you too. I'm just gonna kind of watch them as they leave.
Yeah, because he's still waiting on the other one to wrangle the horses, and he's just kind of like still trying to lever this thing onto its wheels. So like,
I'm gonna go over to the horse. I have a plan. I want to go towards the horses. I want to see if I can help this dude.
yeah, this guy like right now he's like jogging a like a little ways out. You see, like he's probably planning on trying to like rustle him closer to the wagon before he actually tries to approach him.
I'm going to cast animal friendship on the horses with using the ring of animal influence that I have, and they have to roll a wisdom saving throw if they want to avoid it.
What's the save?
13. It's not a great save, but it is a save.
One of them passes, one of them fails.
Okay, the one who passes, I'm just gonna kind of like whistle and kind of make, I guess, like the noises you would make to like call a horse.
See, the horse who fails, it just gallops over to you once you whistle to call it over. But the other one, it it gets like a little bit more restless at the sharp noise happening. It's not running away, but it started to like jump on its haunches a little bit. It's
The one
starting to
that
rear
comes
a little
up,
bit.
can I tell if it's a male or a female?
Yeah, it seems to be like a yeah, it's a male with a black coat and like it almost like a dyed blonde mane.
As it comes up to me, I'm gonna like pet it on like the nose and just be like, "That's a good boy," kind of like soothing the horse. Kind of glance over to the other guy who's still dealing with the one.
And you see he's finally trying to like get over. He's very slowly approaching the horse. Let's see here. He very narrowly jumps out of the way of this thing, trying to like twisting and trying to kick him in his head.
And I'm gonna pat the horse I am that I already charmed, and I'm going to now cast. I'm gonna cast the Speak with Animals with the ring. And
On
on it Speak with Animals is just on myself, and it lets me
all right,
talk
oh
to
yeah,
animals for
yeah.
10 minutes.
All right, yeah.
And I'm just going to say, as I'm like slowly approaching, I'm gonna put both hands up and just be like, "Whoa, easy there, easy there. There isn't any danger."
While you're trying to go over, the horse fully kicks that guy in the back of his head, in like just the side of his head.
Ooh,
Um, he slams to the ground, and you don't see him moving.
well, shit. Um, I'm gonna keep moving towards the horse and be like, "Easy now."
Yeah,
Um,
like it is trotting away from you. Like you're just speaking to it, you know that it hears you. However, it's not speaking back to you, and you see that like it does have like a few cuts and like a big slash across its side.
I'm gonna go up to the guy and check if there's a pulse.
Uh, medicine check.
Shit. This isn't one of my strong suits. Oh, I rolled a 20. Oh, I got a 19 and it's +1, so it's a 20.
He has a pulse. It is he's alive, but he is bleeding out of his head really fucking bad.
Oh, I don't want to do this, but we do have a healer with us now. I'm gonna use some of the ointment. Fuck it. I've had this stuff for half the campaign and have not used it. I'm gonna use some of the ointment,
You
which
see, he just like,
means I would heal him for like. Let's just roll the dice for this and see what I get. 15 points of health. He probably has less than that.
one of his eyes blink. It's like, Jesus Christ. Hey, thank you. You're the one who fought that thing, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for saving my ass a second time, Jesus. And he just kind of sits up. It's like, it's, I don't blame that one for not wanting to be anyone near him. I'm just gonna get my friend over there on the back of the one that you seem to so easily help me with, and see if that one follows us at a distance or something. Jesus.
I'll give a whack at it and see if I can get through to it.
All right.
And I'm gonna start moving towards it again. I'm gonna cast Animal Friendship a second time because there's nothing on. It doesn't say anything about if they succeed, there's an immunity to it.
Okay. You said it was a 13?
Yes, a 13.
It fails.
It fails. Yay! I did it. So I'm gonna do that same noise while casting it using the ring. Just be like,
Hey,
easy now.
it finally calms down. You see, like, its side is still, like, it's not, like, actively bleeding, but it's been wounded, it's bleeding a little bit, and it finally just kind of trots over to you.
Just gonna be like, easy now. I know you got hit, but the danger's gone. Just kind of stroke the side of its head, kind of like the way you would calm a horse.
Yeah, it just snorts, does a quick shake, it's like, thank you very much for that, sir. It's real helpful.
Yeah, don't mention it. Glad to see everyone's okay. That's still up. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
lead it over to the two men.
All right. Okay. Um. Yeah, we're probably just. Hey, pack a bag. We're just gonna leave the wagon. We're not even gonna send anyone to pick this up. It's as soon as we leave it, it's good as stolen. Just grab some bags. He kind of looks over at you. It's just like, thank you very much for this kindness, stranger. I mean, usually someone would just leave us to whatever the hell the universe decided to throw at us.
Well, I've seen the worst of this place so far, so it's good to have a little bit that's not as bad.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. And you see, you get a tap on your shoulder, and it's the other one, and he just kind of holds out just a gold bar. It's like, hey, thank you, stranger. This is the only thing of value we really have in there, so
Oh,
I want you to have it.
thank you.
All right.
Uh,
Uh,
I'm just gonna kind of awkwardly hold it. Like I wasn't really expecting anything out of this. I was just gonna take what was ever left, and I'm just standing there with this gold bar, like uh.
yeah, just all right. We'll be on our way.
I just
And
kind of give him a nod, and I'm just gonna slide the gold bar into my bag of holding.
all right. And you see, like they just start packing some packs, and like they're getting ready to go.
I'm going to slowly begin making my way back to the train, kind of watching them, and I'm gonna jump up and kind of be hanging off the side a little bit, and just be like, "All right, we can start moving."
All right. As the train begins to pick up speed, when you finally look back, you see that those two, like they finally gotten on their horses. They're starting to ride back down that trail.
Just gonna kind of watch them until they disappear, and then I'm gonna slip back into the train and find a
Yeah.
place to take a rest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to hide and sleep somewhere. I'm gonna hide among the ration again because that's what I think that's the trend now.
Okay. Um, when you go to sleep, you begin to dream, and you see this fairly tall man. He's dressed in a crimson red suit, crimson tie, everything just other than his button-down shirt, pure white, a deep blood red. And he kind of sits down, and you find yourself in a boudoir. So, just a very fancy dressed up brothel. And you're sitting across from this man, and he just has the most warm smile you've ever seen before. Like, it's the kind of look on someone's face that's the least threatening thing you've seen in a very long
And it
time.
scares me to death because I haven't seen it in so long. I am nervous of this smile.
And he just looks at you, and he just kind of shakes his head a little bit. I've never really understood like those kind of people who like find themselves in those kind of situations when when you're just struggling so much that you decide you got to turn to something bigger than you. I never really got that, you know. I just want to pick your brain about that a little bit, guy. Um,
Are you talking about gods?
well, some people don't turn towards gods. I mean, you chose that, but some people don't. I know your name. I know I know saying that's a little weird, but it's just the truth. You can I have a lot of names. Um, uh, you can call me Lucian, yeah, because Lust is a little weird, a weird name, you know. But Lucian, is, you know, it's nicer. It's a little bit. I don't know if it's more casual or more formal. I guess it doesn't matter. But no, I just really wanted to pick your brain about that, and you know, so much excitement. I didn't really want to, you know, bring something else to the table to make you worry about. Just thought we could have a little chat, you know.
Uh huh. Just gonna kind of look around the brothel, just kind of taking in the scene as I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's busy. It's like this is like you see people like uh you see clients and workers going behind like dividers closing off like low rent rooms. You see people at like upper levels going to certain places. You also see that like you're sitting on a kind of balcony area. Like to one side is like more of the building, and to the other, you look down a few stories and just see the largest casino you have ever seen.
I'm not trying to sound rude or ungrateful for this conversation, but I'm having a bit of issue. Uh, I can only, at the moment, only trust you to a fault at the moment.
Well, no, that's all right. I mean, I'm not asking you to spill your life out to me. I just wanted to get a better understanding. I mean, like I said, I've never really understood the whole things get bad enough. You want something bigger than you watching out for you. I just wanted to pick your brain about it. We don't need to get too personal if you don't want to. I mean, it's all right. I won't hold it against you. I mean, I'd be the same way.
The only thing that I can probably say that would give you the answer that you might be looking for is it's more of a feeling of security, knowing
Feeling
someone has your back.
feeling of security. That is a very nice way to put it. You know, I've always been a fan of a little bit of security, but you know, because of my family, I always had to find that myself. You know what? I understand your distrust of me, and I understand your distrust of most other people. And I mean, especially if things of my nature, I don't blame anyone who doesn't trust us. We're usually not very nice people. We either just care about our work and we don't care about, I don't want to call you the little guy, but mortals aren't exactly big on the cosmic chessboard. But you know, I'm like, my entire thing is centered around mortals. So I guess I was always uh, a different viewpoint. Look, I know it's weird. I just kind of popped up out of nowhere. But I'm just wondering if you really want someone to look out for you, if you'll give me a chance, maybe I can help you out.
what's the catch? Because there generally is a catch.
The catch is, gotta talk to me a little more. You know, I want to understand you. I'm a big fan of just getting people, and do what your heart desires. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, most people call me the god of lust, but I mean, lust can be a lot of things, including just the desires of what you wish. I mean, there's no other reason for me to be in this world other than to help people do that. I guess that's a little bit sketchy, you know, especially with the kinds of people you've met before. I, I wouldn't call myself simple, but I just I don't know. Thought maybe I thought maybe helping someone out would feel nice is all.
It feels almost like this is the only way I can describe it is pretty as a mimic.
That's fair. No, that's fair. I gotcha. I will say that, like, you guys doing well in whatever venture you might choose definitely ends well for me and a few others who take interest in interesting people. Mostly because interesting people do interesting things, and, well, interesting things usually have something to do on that big chessboard I was talking about. And I don't like seeing people with so much potential fail. You know, it's like the rest of them, they're just sitting around laughing about, oh, this guy got his leg cut off. Oh, they died without even realizing it. Oh, those guys went to hell for nothing. I just I like I like there to be a good end result, you know? I like there to be something to smile at, you know? I guess I don't want to be an optimist. Optimism isn't really fun, but I like to think there's something good every once in a while, you know? Just it's like you got a long train ride ahead of you. I mean, it may be for the wrong reasons, but you're gonna be doing something pretty nice. The things that are under that city, they're hurting a lot of innocent people. I mean, like, they may live in that horrible society, but I mean, people are just people. They still have the choice on what to believe. I get that you probably don't like that you're going out there and doing all those things, but well, there's not a lot of good reasons to just want to kill something, but you have one of those good reasons, you know? It's like, even if you don't really get it, you know, because things like that, I mean, there's places for them. That's not a place for them. That's not a, because that hurts people. It hurts people, and that's not okay. Just here, look, I don't know what you fully want to do. I mean, I'm not exactly in your head uh as much as some things are. That's not a ominous thing. It's just there's some omnipotent crap. It's annoying. Um, I mean, I think he's in the hive, but there's this one guy. He's a pretty nice guy. His name's oh, I can't remember his name. I think it was Ricky something. I don't know. He's a real nice guy. He's a dragon. Real interesting guy. Um, he's not a big fan of that guy who's threatening you. So if you ever need a little bit of help with him, if he's ever worse. You know, maybe Ricky can help you out. But no, it's just
Just making a note.
I just I think I just think it'd be nice to help you out a little bit, but that's all. I get that, in this life, you don't get that sentiment a lot, but, well, that's the only real way to explain it.
And this isn't going to end in, I don't know, the possible gift of a ruby necklace or me climbing a 3-foot rope.
A 3-foot rope, kiddo? What?
I'm going to make the gesture of a noose and getting hung.
Oh, that's sad.
It's the thieves' cant.
No, at least not with me, but no. At least not 'cause of me. I mean, I can't control everything you do, and I can't control the world out there, but I can try to do what I can. No, I get your skepticism. That's just, well, you said it yourself. You're looking for a little bit of, looking for someone to look out for you. And I can't say I'm looking for somebody to look out for, but I'd like that. I would. I mean, of course, like if you do stuff and maybe you come across something that I'm interested in, I'll ask about it. But as of right now, all I really want is someone to talk to every once in a while. I mean, everyone around here, they're more interested in getting something than, just sitting down having a nice conversation. And like, I get it. I mean, not exactly the god of conversations, but, well, a desire can be a lot more than just something physical, you know?
You have me tempted, for sure. And I'm interested, but
Well, you go ahead and think about it, okay? I don't need an answer, and I'll keep an ear out, okay? Just, just let me know.
alright. I do enjoy having someone to talk to that isn't Rathan or the Tin Can.
Oh yeah, I've seen those two. The more talkative of the two, he definitely follows a little bit of my philosophy, but he's a little bit too aggressive when it comes to my style.
A little unhinged.
Oh yeah, once everything right there, then no real understanding of the value of just a little bit of waiting. If you want something every once in a while, it's worth better when you take a little time. Um,
Take the time to do it right.
yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, it's just I'll always keep my ear out for you. Whenever you decide if you're interested or not. But if you ever just want someone to talk to, I'm pretty easy to reach. I mean, dreams are they're not my thing, but I connected or adjacent or however you want to say it. So just, yeah, if you ever feel like talking, it's pretty easy to find me. You just close your eyes and catch a few Z's.
I'll keep that in mind. This
Yeah.
has been a much more enjoyable chat than most I've had the last few months.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah. No, and look, I'm not gonna try to put any pressure on you when I tell you this, but uh, I'm not a I'm not someone who believes in predestination or things being planned out for others. But I mean, I hang around some people who they like to look out for those kind of interesting people, not in the way that I want to, but they like to keep an eye on them. Because sometimes they want to push those interesting people in a certain direction. Usually, it's kind of a self-serving thing. So, and I'll say they want to do that with you because they're not malicious. It's just they want to look after themselves a little bit more than looking after said interesting people. So if you ever give that answer back, depending on that, I might tell you a little bit more about them. Just know what's happening. A little bit outside of what you're used to seeing. Nothing crazy, just things you wouldn't be expected to know is all.
That definitely sweetens the pot.
Yeah, it might not be that special, but it's just something. It's just something.
I had a feeling that one Rathan's been talking to has had a hand in some things, but especially
Oh
after meeting
well,
him.
he's someone else. He's not a bad guy. He thinks about his own things. He's not with that little poker match we got. No. Well, he should be. We were thinking of inviting him, but no, he does his own thing. Yeah. He's he's a nice guy. He really is. But I just don't know. I don't know.
All right. You said his name was Lucius, right? I'm talking out of game real quick.
Yes.
I made a note. I
He
want to
said
make
that,
sure I'm right.
like he said that you can call him Lucius. He has stated that he is best known by mortals as just Lust.
Yeah.
The same way that Aloran's god is best known as just Luck.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, just kind of sit there for a moment and just be like, what would I do want to say, but I will think on it. One thing, could you at least assist in my possible return home?
I can put some cards on the table that weren't usually round. But you being able, that's going to be on you. Impedes on that of free will, so I can give you a few opportunities, but whether you get them is going to be on you. But
That sounds good.
okay,
It seems better my odds more than what I already have.
all right. And hey, and this has nothing to do with saying yes or anything. This is just I want to put your mind at a little bit of peace. What that gun's doing to you, it's real bad. So it doesn't matter if you say yes or no, but if there's nowhere better for you to go, when everything's said and done, I'll see if I can get you in here with me. I think this place is pretty nice myself, but I don't know if den of debauchery is your style.
We'll see. It might grow on me before that time comes. And I do know this gun's doing probably terrible things to me.
Oh yeah, no, I don't blame you for wanting to get a leg up on the competition. I I understand. I mean, when I was mortal, I probably would have done something like that too. It's just I thought I'd give you a little peace of mind is all.
Thank you. it means a lot than someone's trying to.
Yeah, I get that you're living in a world where you don't get a lot of certainty, so just thought I'd help out a little bit. I I yeah. This when it comes to just what I want, it's really just that. Just helping someone else out for a change.
Just gonna kind of give him a nod, kind of look off in the middle distance for a moment.
If you still got a little bit more time, so if you wanna, I don't know, take a walk around, you can, but if that's not your interest, I can just wake you up now if you want.
I'll take a quick gander.
All right. And he kind of points deeper into the building. It's like that's those are the dens of carnal pleasure, as you can see. But down there and down the floors on the other side, and he points off the balcony. It's like bottom floor. That's gonna be the good old places of gambling and games. But few of those floors, those are places of substantial pleasure, being the things that you can snort, smoke, and eat. Um, we got private rooms on the upper floors, for those who like their quiet. They got themselves these funny little stones that you can call them, kind of like hotel room service, but for about most things you can think of. So, you'll wake up sooner or later, but you got like maybe 2 or 3 hours in here if you're gonna walk around.
Give him a nod and be like, "Thank you."
All right, have yourself some fun, bud.
Just give him another nod and just kind of wander off. And I'm not really going like to any specific place. It's more of me. I'm not going to get involved in anything. I just want to see as much as I can.
As you keep walking, you find yourself. You're never truly able to get lost in this place. But you do find yourself kind of walking. Like, you're familiar with this kind of architecture. This is the same architecture as Parlay. Like, it's non Euclidean, it's almost infinite on itself because it just keeps folding in on itself, or there's just these branches that forever keep going. But unlike Parlay, you don't have to think about where you're going. Just as long as you keep moving, you're finding something new every single time. You're finding something new all the time. You're just looping back to a familiar area when you feel as though you're starting to get lost before you're able to just travel back out into the just continuously looking through finding these unfamiliar places. Like Lucian was talking about, like there being like just these kind of four specific kind of areas, but you're finding more and more and more, all kind of themed around physical and mental wants, desires, as you kind of see that you're not in a place of necessity. What you need will always be there. So all that this place focuses on is what you want.
Mm-hmm. I think just before, because I feel like at some point I would try to get back to him, because if I'm thinking about all of this and thinking about possibly a future here, there's one question I have for him that's left. But I
You
may
see,
not ask it this time. If I don't make it to him, it would be the next time I talk to him.
he's sitting there with a little pipe. He's stuffing it as you walk over. So like, oh hey, you want to talk? You still got a few minutes left. You want to say anything?
I just have a question. If I did end up here, would it be possible to bring someone with me if they were willing?
Well, if they were willing, Um, just one person?
Just one. The only person that I care about.
Okay. I could see what happens. I mean, I'm friends with the guy who ferries everyone to where they're supposed to go. I can try to strike up a little deal. I mean, I've done him a few favors before. I'd be okay spending one of them on some like that. Uh,
I'm visibly like going to show like kind of a look of gratitude and also like happiness, which is something he hasn't shown in a while. In that idea, I'm just gonna kind of give him a nod and just say that would be amazing if that could happen.
I'm glad I can make you a little happy, bud. And you wake up.
Covered in rations.
Yeah. The thing is you're probably feeling a little bit more happy than you have in a while, which is something new.
I feel good. I'm just gonna kind of get up. I guess I would check what everyone else is doing. I assume that Lauren is probably standing in the weapons cart where he's normally standing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would check where everyone is. I would see if, not trying to be noticed by Tyrone, but seeing if he's back on his feet.
Yeah, you see Tyrone, he's like, his hands are glowing in this like dull green glow, and you just watch as like his torn up shirt is like small roots of of a plant kind of stitch it together, and you just watch as these roots like grow into like a little sunflower that's just poking out of the off of his shoulder. It's just like kind of looks at it. He's real distracted. His back is to you. It's like, hey there, bud. Want to hang around? All
And
right.
while he's doing that, I'm going to get myself onto the roof. If possible, if we're not underground or like I'm going to get slapped off the train.
When you get on the roof, you see that you're finally going through you're finally going through forests. The train is going pretty slow compared to its top speed, because of all these twists and turns. Every once in a while, you have to duck to just dodge a branch or two. You're finally somewhere green.
I feel like I would make my way to the front, kind of sitting atop the engine, and I think he would play his viol because it's something that calms him, and he usually did when he was in a place of contentment.
As you play your viol, Jacob comes up and sits next to you. He just kind of looks over and is like, I thought I was gonna get off back at the hollow, but, well, guess it's good I stayed on for this long, huh?
I didn't realize that you were still on the train.
Yeah, yeah, no, the hollow didn't agree with me, so I may or may not have stowed away. Thought maybe sooner or later you boys would come back to the trees.
Is this where you'll probably try to plant some roots?
Maybe. I haven't decided yet. I think maybe I will.
You're always welcome to keep traveling with us.
I may be welcome, but I don't know if my the longevity of my life will say that I can for much longer. Uh, you all do some very dangerous things. You already know that, but well,
Yes, I'm gonna, like at this point I probably stopped playing the viol and I've kind of set it in my lap. And when he says that, I'm gonna rub the scar on my chest from when I got shot and downed during the fight with what's his name? The dude with the chainsaw that we fought?
The treasurer.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I think before we leave these trees, I'll take my leave. Yeah. Um, I'm not I don't think there's any real better place I can call home, and I'm not exactly the kind of person who can live on the road like you do. So,
I wasn't always like this.
well, we're not always like anything, are we?
No, I never would have thought I would be doing this either when I was younger. I thought I would be happy back home, but things didn't
Well,
work out.
that's the funny thing about happiness, I guess. It's never where we want it to be.
Hmm. It was home for a long time. I don't know where it is now. Just kind of glance over to him. Just be like, though I will say that place that you did call home before it was destroyed, there was a bit of happiness there.
That's nice to hear. That's very nice to hear. No, you know, I heard there's some pretty interesting forests out east. Maybe I'll find some friends of my own and do one last little journey.
Well, once we're done with this job, if you're looking to go east, we may be trying. At least I am.
Okay.
I have some things I need to take care of back home, and a certain person I need to find.
Well, maybe I will do just that. And he just kind of very slowly gets up. You see, it's like he's fully healed, but there is still a slight tinge of pain as he stretches out his torso where he was um hurt so bad.
Literally
Um,
impaled on a tree, and I dragged him off. Oh god. The first of
um
the emotional sessions.
and you all continue on your long, long ride. And I think that's where we'll end this session.
That was the shortest session we've had in the history of the channel so far. But it was only two of us here, so it's understandable. I think that was a good place to end.
Yeah. I wanted something a little bit less
Depressing.
destructive, a little less violent, considering there's less players. And it's like, what are you going to do at the start of a session? Say, okay, you guys drive all the way over there. No, it's like, you gotta have at least something dedicated to the journey.
Yeah, and this works out because people didn't get to make it, so this works as filler.
When it comes to any adventure, it's never about the end point. It's always about the journey. So I couldn't just say, okay, you guys ride over there. It's just that would have been boring.
Sometimes it's easy though, if it's multiple days of traveling.
I mean, this entire session would have been like a couple of days of traveling, but
Yeah. No, yeah, this would have been like day 2
yeah,
probably, right? 2 or 3?
yeah, probably around then, yeah. Yeah,
I
no,
wish Evan could come back, but he's busy.
I built Tyrone to only be a healer. He literally has no offensive ability
I had a
whatsoever.
feeling when you mentioned he couldn't take a hit and that he was just casting healing spells, and I was just like, yeah, this boy's a healer. He's gonna keep me alive.
He has an AC of 11,
Oh dear lord.
and he now has, because at the end of each session I'm just gonna roll him an extra D10 of health. He now has 36 hit points.
My lord, he has a third of my health.
His highest stat is his wisdom stat at +5. Um, and his constitution is only a +1, and his lowest stats are both strength and charisma.
I could feel those. I could sense the strength, and the charisma was something I was like, it's got to be low because he just keeps talking and it's not getting anywhere. um, no, I like that. Yeah, this is good. It's good stuff.
And, well, for anyone who's watching, we still have a session on Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Vampire the Masquerade with the Liars Club. Still wondering what they're going to be doing in Chicago. After that, next week is going to be two different sessions of the Scale of Fate.
Me
One
stuff.
on Monday and the other on Thursday. Uh, we don't have to worry about the Monday sessions. Thursday's where Magnus is, so that's obviously where everyone wants to go.
Monday at
Um,
8, Thursday at 7:30.
yes.
Um,
Thank, thank you, anyone who ever watches this, and whenever you are, wherever you are, I hope you have a nice time.
and as another note, we always do this. Follow the Twitch, the Twitter, or the Discord for updates whenever we're streaming. The Discord will allow you to possibly partake in one shots and communicate with us. The Twitter I try to keep up with as best as possible. I'm not great, but I'm working on it. I'm getting better. And then the Twitch is the easiest way if you just want to turn those notifications on. And then we have a beautiful YouTube page that you can get to them from any of those three areas. And it has a beautiful selection of playlists that you can go to and watch previous episodes in order. And on that note, as always, we hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.